Well, thanks for agreeing to serve as a mentor. And what you're going to have here is a series of videos, and I'm going to just kind of walk us through some of the general ideas of what is involved in terms of mentoring. Some of these videos you might find more helpful than others. Feel free to move around in them. You're going to find some added material, some documents in the various folders here in this module that you might find helpful as well. So I'll try to do that for each module of video, some different documents, but at any time, as you know, our office is available for help. For those of you who don't know me well, my name is Dr. Adam McClendon. I'm the director of the Doctor of Ministry program. And normally when I'm working with students, I give a lot of eye contact on these videos, but I want to make sure certain things are covered. So you're going to notice me referring to my notes over here more often than I would otherwise. I hope that's not too distracting for you. Now, one of the first things I want to make sure you've done is reviewed the DMIN handbook. There's a handbook attached here. You can also find it online. It is full of helpful information, and it will really guide you in your role of serving as a mentor. I also want you to know that in this series of videos you're going to see, there's some difficulty because I'm trying to manage a lot of different people who are mentoring projects on a lot of different subjects. So some of the information will be more generic, some will be more specific, but as you run across issues that are not addressed in these videos, in the documents I have here, feel free, again, to reach out to me. Most of you already have my mobile phone number. If you don't, let me know. I can get that to you. But again, we're going to do our best to cover as much information as we can. The first thing I want to do in this welcome video is just address the different types of doctorates. Many of you have told me, hey, could you kind of just differentiate for us between the three doctorates that the School of Divinity offers? So I want to do that now. The first one I want to talk about is the Doctor of Ministry. Now, that degree, the way we are doing it here at Liberty, is going to be focused on action research, and it's also going to be focused on qualitative research. Now, when we think about qualitative and quantitative research, you're thinking about a spectrum. So say we have qualitative over here and quantitative over here. Every type of research that we're going to be doing within the School of Divinity, especially between the Doctor of Ministry and the EDD, is going to fall on that spectrum. What I'm asking is that most of the DMIN projects fall more on the qualitative end. It's going to be more subjective. It's going to be very focused usually on a small context that has application often to a broader context. And we're also going to use a term called action research. There's another video in this set of videos that we're offering that I'll address that more directly. But for now, action research is basically where you try to implement a solution or you at least address a problem. It's very practically oriented. Let me give you a specific example when we're talking about these DMIN projects that are more quantitative and they're action research based. They're very specific to a particular context with potential application to broader context. Let me use the example of a chaplain. Think of a chaplain whose study is designed to help sustain the faith of soldiers deployed to a specific area in the Middle East. Notice he's addressing a problem of people potentially falling away from their faith, so he wants to help sustain their faith to soldiers who are deployed to a specific region. That would be an example of a good DMIN project. That's action research and it's quantitative. Now, let me shift a little bit to the EDD. The EDD is going to be more quantitative. It's going to be broader, and it's going to focus on chaplains in general. It's going to focus more on the bigger picture. You'll have a larger sample size. We'll talk about sample size in a different video, but you're going to have a larger sample size. You'll have more of an examination of education trends, techniques, right? This is a doctorate of education focused on leadership. So let's talk about chaplains again. It might be chaplains counseling training techniques on bases up and down the East Coast. You might be looking at how many of them are doing certain types of counseling techniques, what those counseling techniques are. You're doing these broad sample sizes that you're looking at. So that's more of an EDD type of research project. Now let's talk about the PhD. Most of you are familiar with the PhD. It's very theoretical. It's adding conceptually to a body of knowledge when the DMIN might be adding more practically, more programmatically to a body of knowledge. This is adding conceptually for sure. So it might be evaluating an obscure counseling technique and speculating on the benefits it might provide to chaplain training. So that'd be an example of more of a PhD chaplain dissertation. So those are the things we want you to be focused on. We want you to particularly be doing a DMIN project that's action research and more quantitative, doing interviews, questionnaires, and surveys in a small sample size with potential application from that specific context to a broader context. Now, I'm going to move on to the next video here. Check out this module, see if there's any questions you have, and reach out to us.